Right now, we, of course, do Grow Your Business. It's a feature which is sponsored by the JBDC, that's the Jamaica Business Development Corporation. I have with me Corporate Communications Manager at the JBDC, Suzette Campbell, along with Andrea Jackson Robinson. She's a co founder of Valentine's Intimate and More Digital Jamaica. She's a Digital Jamaica trainee. All right, that's interesting. Today we're talking about Digital Jamaica training goes to rural Jamaica. That sounds like Suzette. I go home. Suzette! Nice country
Good
girl.
morning, Arville.
How you
A
doing?
proud country girl. You know, they
Yes.
love to say Linstead is not country, but I
Eh,
love the country
of
girl
course,
title.
Linstead is country.
Oh, you
Yeah?
mean Linstead a
Especially,
country?
especially which part of Linstead where you come from.
Don't it?
Wafienda.
Off the beaten path.
Yes, yeah, yeah. I would say, Tia, you come out of your place, you go in the bush. So, how are you doing? So, talk to us. This sounds interesting and exciting.
Indeed, it is.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been promoting digital technology adoption across the MSME sector since last year under the Digital Jamaica project, which is funded by the European Union to the tune of 9.5 million euros. It's managed by the government of Jamaica, mainly the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, and being implemented by the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, JBDC, which I am specifically representing this morning. JBDC as the premier provider of business development solutions for entrepreneurs within Jamaica's micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises takes keenly its significant role in training and upskilling them because, you know, you're running the business and learning is continuous. And so every year things change. And so we want to ensure that we keep our MSMEs abreast of changes in their business environment. And one of the most significant changes that we've seen in recent years, decades, is the adoption of digital technologies. And we were a bit slow in it, but COVID gave us a big push and
Mm-hmm.
forced us into the digital era. And so the timing of the Digital Jamaica project is perfect. And we surveyed the sector before starting, and we found that while there is moderate knowledge of technologies, the implementation and adoption in the business is where it's particularly lacking. So only like 30 odd percent of people are using digital technologies. And you know, digital technologies is very varied. And so we surveyed them and we've placed them in batches. Now, the training that we're implementing over the next 2 years is targeting 2,700 MSMEs. And of that 2,700, by the end of this training, we want at least 500 of them using actual digital technologies in their companies. Now, digital technology can be as simple as using social media, using digital marketing, the type of equipment you're using in terms of technological equipment, your computer, what it can do, the kind of software that's on it. Are you still using the calculator or you're using something that's going to get the calculations
Yeah.
done at the end of the business day
Yeah.
real quick
Just
and
a
so
sec.
on? So
Yeah.
we,
Just a second, though,
yeah.
Suzette. I'm thinking it's almost counterintuitive, though, because we have one of the highest cell phone densities in the world, right?
Hmm.
And on top of that, the majority of persons who are cell phone owners in this country are smartphone owners.
Hmm.
So we really ought to, especially with businesses, have higher utilization of the digital technology. It's like that's a
Right.
major gap.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
the awareness
Mm-hmm.
that the problem. That's where we are having the issue. The
Yes.
awareness of the digital technologies. So yes, they're using the phones and they're on the internet, they're on TikTok and so on. But do they know how to actually leverage TikTok and Instagram and Facebook to impact their business? It's not just about putting up a post. It's about ensuring you understand things as deep as data analytics and the behavior of your customer, the demographics, where they're coming from, and so on. Just being a regular cell phone user, WhatsApping your friends and family won't necessarily teach you that. And sometimes, depending on your course of study, even we're talking even people who have left tertiary level, they aren't necessarily au fait with how to use digital technologies in their business. And so we are training them in three areas: digitization, digitalization, and digital transformation. It gets more complex as you go along the chain. And so right now we're at digitization. We started digitization training in Kingston and St. Andrew, and to a lesser extent St. Thomas and St. Catherine since October. We've done over 100 thus far. Now, 2,700 is a tall order, but we have until 2026 to get to 2,700. However, given the intensity of the training, we only place no more than 30 persons in a batch. The training is over 2 days. You get a manual, it's a workbook, it's very hands-on. So this is not your usual workshop where someone is just talking to you. If you feel like take two notes, you take two notes. It's actual, like you're actually at school. And Andrea can tell you some of that later on. So we have done Kingston and St. Andrew. We're still in St. Catherine, still doing some St. Thomas, but at JBDC, we love to say Kingston is not Jamaica, and the project is in line with that because of the 2,700, at least 40% of these beneficiaries over the 2-year period must come from rural Jamaica. We cannot leave the country people out of it. And so we have to get the word out. And so we're going into rural Jamaica. Actually, the team is in St. James today. Now,
Wow.
St. James, people don't think them rural, because of Montego Bay. But we're
Um,
in St.
no,
James
hold
today.
on a second. Let me just clarify that because we have actually agreed in our constituency delineation that there's some place called rural St. Andrew. Okay?
Ah,
All right,
yes,
good.
yes.
So let's
There you
disagree.
go.
All right, so calm down, Montego Bay. All right,
Yes,
Saint
calm down,
James.
Montego Bay.
You have Saint James is a city, but Saint no, sorry, Montego Bay is a city, but Saint
Uh-huh.
James, a large part of it, is also country. We have Otande.
A country,
Mm-hmm.
Bolipa Bush,
See there.
Bolipa Bush down.
Yeah.
All right. So
Wanta.
we're in St.
Of
James today in
course.
rural Jamaica,
There you go.
and we're moving to St. Anne and St. Elizabeth next week on the 5th and the 6th. We're going to Hanover and Westmoreland later in February, Trelawney. We're heading into Clarendon later in February as well. We're spending more time in Clarendon in March. We head back into to Kingston where we touch St. Thomas again. We're heading to Manchester in March, St. James again in March, St. Elizabeth again in March, Portland, St. Mary again in March, and St. Anne again in March. And we are continuing into April, but I won't tell you where we're going in April yet. But for all the entrepreneurs listening, we had the marvelous Digital Jamaica Summit at the Jamaica Pegasus in Kingston in September, and entrepreneurs flock to that. And we know we are guilty of sometimes hosting everything in Kingston, but sometimes it is convenient, right? It's the capital. But we're ensuring that when it comes to the training, we're going everywhere. So no entrepreneur outside the metropolis should be complaining that this massive training impacting 2,700 business people in the MSME sector island-wide left out the country people, because we are in the country today and we're spending the next 3 months all over rural parishes. You have to submit your application at jbdc.net/digital Jamaica in order to be assessed and placed appropriately. You can't turn up at the venue or will notice. I'm not telling
Okay.
you the venue.
Yeah.
When you register and you have been approved for the
Okay.
program, that's when you are told to come to this area. So I'm only telling you the parishes. That's the only information that goes public,
Okay.
that these are the parishes we're going. And so Andrea Jackson is
Yes.
one of our project beneficiaries from Kingston and St.
Right.
Andrew.
So she
And
should tell.
she
Yeah.
has a lot to say about
Yes.
how it went for her.
I want to hear.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me, Dr. Orville and Suzette. So indeed, Suzette is correct. So just let me give you a background about Valentine's Intimates. So Valentine's Intimates, we've grown to become a leading destination for bra measurement and fitting to help ladies find their right size. So one of the biggest challenge we had was that persons were coming in during the lunch hour time when there was a lot of traffic and we weren't able to service them. So we were losing sale. And just doing the training, it really gave me the opportunity to just sit back, work on my business. And coming out of that training, I actually implemented two solutions. One was a Google Form booking appointment system, and it's a very simple tool. It really gave me the opportunity where my customers' experience was far much more improved because we were able to prepare for them in advance. And likewise, we were able to gather data so that we could better service our customers. And in addition to that, we actually recently implemented on our website at www.valentinsintimates.com a bra size calculator where ladies are able to go on our website, follow the video guide, enter their measurement, and actually get their recommended size. And I can tell you, if it was not for the training, I would not have gotten the opportunity to really sit back, work on the business rather than in the business. So the Jamaica Business Development Corporation has really made grounds in making the training very practical and hands-on. It's not theory-based. It's something that once you're finished, you will actually have actionable outcomes that you can actually see your business benefiting from.
Okay, great.
Hallelujah. Yes. Can I say hallelujah?
So yes, you can use any kind of, yeah. That's allowable. The BCJ is not going to get on us over that one. Yeah, all right. So this is one of the success stories, though, right? So the question is, Suzette, and yes, question, Suzette, is how do we replicate this?
We replicate it by ensuring that the same high quality is delivered at every training, and we are very selective in the process. So I mentioned earlier that once you apply, so for example, you're not going to go on the website and see something that says, I'm applying for the St. Catherine training.
Mm-hmm.
You are applying to the program in general, and there are some specific questions that you must answer. When you've answered those questions, the trainers, based on your responses, determine which training is suitable for your business, because they are testing your knowledge of digital technologies as well as your usage of digital technologies, the age and stage of your business, and all of those things are taken into consideration to ensure that once you enter the program, the impact will be the desired outcome that we are looking for. And so we've partnered with the tech providers locally, experts, right? So some trainings you'll definitely see some JBDC experts doing it, but again, JBDC and our partnerships, we love to partner, and so we've brought in the actual experts in this. They developed the training material, the manuals have been printed, and they are delivered to you when you come. So every single participant should come out like Andrea.
All right, and thank you both for speaking with us. Quick question just before we go. We have 10 seconds. Suzette, how do we get additional information and how we actually get to reach JBDC?
Well, you know that JBDC, we are headquartered at 14 Camp Road in Kingston. If you know where Bert's Auto Parts is, you won't get lost. We are right beside Bert's, 14 Camp Road in Kingston. But we are all across Jamaica. We are accessible in every parish because we have business centers island-wide. And if it's not in your parish, it's in your neighboring parish. You go to our website at jbdc.net, not .com, .net, and that's where you're going to find all the information relating to our services, relating to this project. If you want to go specifically to the project, you extend that domain to jbdc.net/Digital Jamaica. And if you just Google Digital Jamaica, I guarantee you're going to find it. You can also call us, 928-516125.
Gotcha. Have to go. Bless you. Thank you so much.